Good morning. It is a good morning. It's nice and cool here. I'm actually at work. Uh, there's a beautiful tree over there, and I'd really like to do my video there, but but I'm taking a small break to touch on a subject that came up today, mostly about my Doctrine of Hell video. And somebody commented and was very contradictive and very condemning about it. And I'm not going to point them out. You can go on and see the dialogue there. But I could tell I wasn't getting through, so I just stopped. It's that whole Matthew 7:6 thing, casting your pearls. But they actually claimed that God was going to judge me. The thing is I think what they missed in the entire video was I'm not saying that once we become saved, we get to sin all we want. See, God understands the heart. He knows the heart. And if your heart is to just say the words so that you can have a license to sin, that is another doctrine of hell. Okay? And so we really need to be careful about that. And this person decided to use Revelations as about the lukewarm Christian, which they didn't give scripture for, and it's actually in chapter 3. And I had to, put the scripture in there to remind them that these are people that these lukewarm people that Revelations is talking about, that John is speaking of, are people that believe, okay, I've got you, but I don't need anything from you. I'm fine. I've got it all handled. And that is another doctrine from hell. We always need Jesus. But we can't live in fear that every time we make a mistake or a bad choice, that we have just lost our salvation and we need to, go get him to write our name back in the book. See, that's the difference between relationship with God and a religion. Religion lives under bondage. Relationship lives under love and lives through the blood of Christ. See, God didn't give us grace or say that there was grace, but yet didn't, follow through. Okay, now in James it says, should we continue to sin that grace may abound? Certainly not. I totally believe that we cannot just go out and do anything we want and get away with that, because it's in the heart again. And see, that's that lukewarm Christian thing, okay? That we can just do whatever we want and it's okay. God's just going to forgive. That is not Christianity, okay? That's religion and not relationship. I have a relationship with Jesus, and because I love him, I do what he asks. Okay, not all the time. I'm just like you. I don't always do what I'm supposed to do, just like Paul. Paul spoke about that. And but my heart is to do everything he asks me to do. And so we have to understand that if we're constantly living in fear, we can't ever minister to anybody because we're always trying to take care of ourselves. And if you're putting out that fear to people, how does that even, is attractive to people? Why am I fearing the very fact that I've become a Christian now? You say I'm going to go to heaven, but yet I've always got to look behind my back. Number one, I'm looking behind my back and watching out for what Satan's going to do. And then I got to watch out for what God's going to do to me. Why don't I just watch out for one instead of both? And that's that fear doctrine. And we just need to be careful about spreading that kind of a doctrine, because it'll never get anywhere unless you find people that have no self-confidence. Then you'll probably get somebody to follow that. But that's the reason why these fear churches are so small. And I've been to those churches, and you can see the fear in people's faces. The preacher's just, you're going to hell if you make another mistake, and or make another bad choice. We all make bad choices. We all fall short of the glory of God, and we can't be living like that. So what is it? Do you have a relationship with Jesus, or do you have a religion? It's your choice.